began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We're broadcasting live and in living color from Bethel College, Mishawaka, Indiana. We're standing on Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium at the Y Camp Athletic Center. I'm Paul Condry, along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us for College Buckets tonight. The Bethel College Lady Pilots off to a solid 2-0 start. Going to be at home here tonight, taking on a team, first-time team, Ohio Christian University, just about 30 miles south of Columbus, Ohio. So we'll kind of give you some geographical lessons in regards to that. But Trailblazers coming in, program that's only about 4 years old, find themselves at 0-2 on the season. They've had some injuries and some things in the early stages of the season, Coach. But this Bethel team is off to a rip-roaring and remarkable 2-0 start.
Yeah, this is a different Bethel team than what we're used to seeing. They're deep. They play hard. They got Maritas coming off the bench this year, who started last year, and I think that's a good place for her. She brings great intensity, and they're just fun to watch right now.
4 gals in double figures, and 4 gals averaging over 4.5 rebounds per ball game. That is good balance, and when you talk about those kind of things coming your way, that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, and it's a unique roster, no juniors. You got 2 senior leaders, and then you rely on 3 strong sophomores and 3 freshmen giving them good minutes. And like you said, balance. So it doesn't matter who's on or who's off. Somebody else can pick up the slack. Where in the past it was kind of like, hey, we're leaning on 1 or 2 players, and if they're not here, we're in trouble.
Well, you've seen this team. This will be my first look at this Lady Pilots team this year. What has impressed you thus far under the first 2 games?
Well, I know Coach Gingrich spent a lot of time this offseason working on just team unity, just values, and off-the-court stuff is now playing on the court, getting along well, understanding the role, not being selfish, and that's what you see out there. Last year a lot of times it was Cam's got to go one-on-one to make something happen. She's got teammates she can give the ball up to. Real impressed with Brickner and Irwin in their second year, and then these 3 freshmen with Heimlich and DuBois and Schwartz, give them some good minutes, contributing right away.
Lady Pilots hoping to do something they have not done since the 2012-2013 season. That's start 3-0. That's what's on tap here tonight. We're broadcasting live from Mike Lightfoot Court. We'll be back with more of college basketball right after this brief timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
St. Jude continues to advance by increasing cure rates in childhood cancer. And donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. When it comes to research and advancements, there are some things that only we can do because we have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
College basketball here today from Bethel College inside the Gates Gymnasium at the Y Camp Athletic Center. Brenda Baker joining us, the head coach of Ohio Christian University, joining us on the pregame show. Brenda, first of all, let's just talk about you got a year underneath your belt, and then you're working on year number 2. It's a relatively new program. Just talk about some of the growing pains you guys are going through.
Unfortunately, we don't have any seniors this year, so that shows sometimes on the court with our freshman mistakes. So just building that culture back from the beginning of what we want and where we plan to go from here.
Give us an idea what you like about your basketball team through the first couple games.
They didn't quit. Like I said, we ran through a lot of growing pains. We played a really good competition. And so when I was correcting them in the locker room, they were just wanting to be sponges and absorb that knowledge. So that's a good thing from a coaching standpoint.
A couple gals are really tearing it up. Lemus and Dinsmore. Dinsmore at 13.5 points and almost 10 rebounds a game. And Lemus 15 points and doing a great job. So let's just talk about those 2 gals.
Yeah, Stacy, she's a junior this year, so I led leaned hard on her this year just for the leadership standpoint. And then when Lemus came in, I kind of had those expectations, so I can't say I'm really surprised. So it's just pushing her to be better each game.
All right, tell us a little bit about the River States Conference. We don't see a lot of teams from that league too often unless it gets to the national tournament, both on the men's and the women's side. Just share your thoughts about the league as a whole.
I really enjoy being in the River States Conference. It's a tough conference. This year we were placed last, but it's been fun kind of getting out and playing some crossroads teams and just comparing the two, so it's been nice.
All right, and I want you to talk about this Bethel team. They're off to a good start. Matter of fact, best start they've had in 4 or 5 years. Just share your thoughts and concerns about Bethel.
I think that the size underneath might hurt us a little bit, so we've been really practicing with that and just getting we're so tiny, and so I knew that we were going to run into issues with that this year. So that's, I guess, my biggest concern.
When you look at trying to match up against that, do you flirt with the idea? Okay, we're going to go zone. We're going to try to go man to man. Do you have from a scheme standpoint, or are you just going to make sure that hey, everybody's got a body out there?
The body. That's kind of what we've done the last 2 games. Could definitely change my mind once halftime hits. But yeah, probably just man up.
Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more college basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports. It's Gates' 90th birthday, but everyone gets to be a part of the fabulous celebration during the month of November. Gates will be giving away 20 tropical family cruise vacations and exciting Las Vegas getaways. In addition, you can win big prizes like big screen TVs, gift cards, and Apple products. No purchase is necessary, and you can register at any Gates location or online at www.gatesautomotive.com. Winners will be announced every week through November. Welcome back here to the Gates Gymnasium on Mike Lightfoot Court. Glad you can join us. Bethel College Lady Pilots in action today against the Ohio Christian Trailblazers. First time these two clubs have met. Glad to be joined here on the pregame show by Eric Gingrich, the head coach of the Lady Pilots. His club off to a rock'em sock'em 2-0 start. First of all, Eric, I had a chance to see the Roosevelt game on tape. I had a chance to see the Holy Cross game on tape. Actually talked to Amy about it, and she said a lot of really positive things. I see a lot of positive things. So let's just talk about the first 2 games and what you're happy about, man.
I'm really happy about the way our team is playing together. They're playing as a unit, and so that's exciting. I'm excited that the freshmen are playing really hard and not tentative. They're not passive. They're playing very aggressively, which is exciting to see. And I think a large part of that is because the upperclassmen have given them that encouragement and the empowerment to do that. So props to the 6 upperclassmen we've got and the role that they've played in bringing the freshmen along.
You know, despite the fact that you guys have been out-rebounded, 5 rebounds a game, you still find yourself with a significant 11-point scoring margin. So you guys have done some of the things, yet this is still not a very big team that you have.
Yeah, I mean, and that's our number 1 point of emphasis tonight is not giving up offensive rebounds. We did it all year last year. It's a really disheartening way to play, and I think we may have given Holy Cross, Paul, maybe 30 points off of offensive rebounds the other night. So when you look at it with that perspective, I think they finally begin to realize, oh, this is an important aspect of the game here. We don't give up an offensive rebound, and we maybe hold them to 32 points. So when you look at it in that regard, I think hopefully you'll see some urgency on that end tonight. We've got to get better there before we get into conference play. There's no doubt about it. And so I'm glad you mentioned it because that's a point of emphasis for us this week, actually the next couple of weeks, but it starts tonight.
You know, and also a situation I know you're concerned about is the turnover bug, but it's at this stage of the year, it's like that for everybody. I think I look systematically across the board of all the 6 schools that we have a chance to work with, and everybody's turnovers are a little bit higher at the early stages of the season than it does once the season gets on.
Yeah, and the new offense we're running this year hopefully eliminates a lot of turnovers. It should. Once we get into the flow of it and learn the rhythm of it, hopefully those turnovers drastically decrease. There's a lot less putting the basketball on the floor in it, and so it eliminates a lot of those opportunities for someone to stick a hand in, knock a ball loose while you're dribbling, things like that. But certainly, you know, those are turnovers are hard to overcome, and I think the turnovers we made, if you go back and watch the film, though, a lot of them are aggressive turnovers. We're throwing the ball, we're trying to throw the ball to our cutters at the rim and maybe just missing them. The ball goes out of bounds. It's a dead ball turnover. Totally different than turning the ball over at the top of the key, giving up a layup at the other end. So this year, yes, we've turned the ball over a lot, but it's been much more aggressive. It's been a lot of dead ball turnovers. We haven't had to pay for it in transition the other way, giving up points. And so fortunately, they haven't been the worst of all turnovers, but yeah, we need to clean it up.
Realistically, though, you've got to be stoked because you've got 4 gals averaging in double figures as well as about 4+ rebounds per ball game. That's a difficult situation for your opponent to try to figure out, okay, who are we going to stop? Well, we got to stop somebody. And when you've got 4 gals scoring really lights out, that's an awesome position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our goals. In fact, we were hoping to have – we'd love to have 5 girls averaging just right around 10 just for that, the balance, and you can't key in on any one person. We feel like we've got the players this year that we could have – there's 6 girls on our roster that could go off for 15+ any given night. And so that's exciting when we have that kind of depth. Now we're dealing with a little bit of an injury bug with Savannah Feenstra, but when she comes back, the depth only increases. And so that's exciting. We're deep. We can rotate girls. We can play the hot hand. When kids need a break, we're giving them breaks this year, and you can see the difference in the fourth quarter, the way we shoot the ball in the fourth. We have fresh legs. It makes all the difference in the world to have the depth we have this year. So it's been a lot of fun to coach. And the fact that we can maybe throw some different looks defensively. Cam and Shelly are picking up full court the entire game, things we couldn't do last year.
Let's turn our attention to the opponent today. First time the Pilots have competed against Ohio Christian, relatively new, a member of the River States Conference, and still kind of sorting their situation out. They're 0-2 on the season. Just kind of give us what concerns you about their group. I know they got a couple gals, Dinsmore and Limas, who have certainly lit the lamp in both of their first 2 games.
Well, yeah, Dinsmore is a concern. She's extremely athletic. She's deceptively athletic, very long. I don't know if you noticed, but she's blocking shots left and right as well. And so at the point guard position. So she's going to be all over the floor tonight flying around for them. But she's shooting 66% from the three-point line. And that's been one of our biggest struggles so far this year is guarding the three-point line. So that'll be a key for us tonight to not let her get going. She can really light it up in a hurry. The Limas kid you mentioned, the Cox kid is very athletic, can get to the rim. We're going to have to keep the ball in front of us. They attack downhill really hard. And so for us, the key is going to be switching early on ball screen actions and making sure they don't get ahead of steam downhill at the rim.
Best luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more Lady Pilots basketball right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports. Our coverage today being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group during Gates' 90th birthday celebration. Choose from over 1,000 new and used cars, including Toyota RAV4s, along with the Chevy Equinox or a Traverse for just $9,990. You can choose from a Toyota Camry or a Chevy Cruze for $10,990. Or how about the big Chevy Silverado truck starting from just $259 per month. Still family owned and managed now by a 4th generation. Gates has been fair, friendly, and familiar, and has served millions of loyal customers for the past 90 years. I'm Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here on Regional Radio Sports for college basketball. It begins a busy next 3 weeks, Coach. I know on my perspective right now, I have 14 college basketball games in the next 3 weeks. In total, we'll throw 8 high school football games in there because of the state championship. So by the time Thanksgiving rolls around, I'm going to need at least a day off.
Yeah, and it's a little different for me. Last year, I think you and I were together like 5 out of 7 days for a 2 or 3 week stretch leading up to Thanksgiving. My schedule's a little bit more stretched out. I only have a couple games next week, but I believe this is number 5 already here.
Once again, the team that Pilots are taking on here today is Ohio Christian, the Trailblazers. Trailblazers are getting after it tonight. Here, they're members of the River States Conference. In the River States Conference action tonight, WVU Tech will be at University of the Cumberlands. Ohio Christian, of course, here at Bethel. Fisk University is at Brescia. And finally, it will be, and tomorrow, Southeastern University will be at IU East in the Richmond Bank Richmond Classic, and Lindsey Wilson will be hosting Indiana Wesleyan. Let's go on over here to Keith Kateski for the starting lineups and all the details.
Good evening and welcome to the campus of Bethel College for tonight's contest between the Trailblazers of Ohio Christian University and your Bethel College Lady Pilots. Bethel College welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's game. As participants in the NAIA's Champions of Character initiative, we ask each of you to help create a positive, competitive environment by showing respect for one another. On behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel College, please enjoy this evening's game. This time, will everyone please stand, and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for an opening prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Let's pray. Gracious Lord, we thank you for the gift of this day and the opportunity we have now to honor you through the game of basketball. We thank you for your presence in the midst of the preparations for tonight's game, for your guidance, your help, and your grace. And now we pray that you would protect the players as they compete. They might be free of injury. We pray that they would be able to truly enjoy the game and to play with excellence in such a way that honors you. We pray that you would help all of us, Lord, to encourage and cheer with sportsmanship and perspective in mind. God, we thank you for your goodness to us and the chance now simply to acknowledge your presence in our midst. In Christ's name, amen. And now, let's meet the starters for the visiting Trailblazers from Ohio Christian. A 5'3" junior from Chillicothe, Ohio, number 3, Carlon Cox. A 5'8" junior from West Union, Ohio, number 10, Stacy Dinsmore. A 5'9" freshman from Pickerington, Ohio, number 11, Maddie O'Connell. A 6'0" freshman from Bellefontaine, Ohio, number 13, Katie Thompson. And a 5'8" freshman from Bedina, Ohio, number 23, Helena Lemus. Head coach for the Trailblazers is Brenda Baker, assisted by Teresa Wormer and Nikki Mersheimer. And now, let's meet the starters for your Bethel College Lady Pilots. A 5'8" freshman from Monon, Indiana, number 4, Macy Heimlich. A 5'7" senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, number 12, Kamala Glenn. A 5'10" freshman from Mulberry, Indiana, number 14, Maggie DuBois. a 6'0 sophomore from Springfield, Ohio, number 24, Jessica Irwin. And a 5'11 sophomore from Goshen, Indiana, number 30, Kelsey Brickner. Head coach for the Lady Pilots is Eric Gingrich, assisted by Kat Gingrich, Kelsey Key, and Danny Wilkerson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your attention to center court, we're ready to get tonight's game underway.
Thanks for joining us here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you could be a part of our broadcast here tonight from historic Mike Lightfoot Court. I'm Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. The unbeaten Bethel Lady Pilots taking on the Trailblazers of Ohio Christian University. They are 0-2 on the campaign. Bethel College will be on the right side of your screen. Gray jerseys and gray shorts. Blue numbers trimmed in white. Bethel written in blue on the front. Ohio Christian University decked out in the black jerseys tonight with the white trim, the white numbers with Ohio Christian written in blue on the front. As we get underway, here's Cam Glenn with the basketball in the low post, comes across the lane and scores on the first possession, 2-0.
Cam established herself on the low post with the post-up move. Nice little finish with the left hand.
With the basketball now, here's Dinsmore. Dinsmore dribbles to the far side, gives way now to Lemus. Lemus, foul line extended left, now here to O'Connell. O'Connell goes back into the corner. Now they reverse the ball to the top of the ring. Swings it right side now here to Dinsmore. Dinsmore, deep right corner now. Here's Lemus, and she traveled with the basketball.
Yep, jab step left and then led with her right foot, so it's an easy call for the official out here in the open court.
Ohio Christian is in the East Division of the River States Conference with WVU Tech, Carlo, IU East, Rio Grande, Ohio Christian, and of course Point Park. Here's Glenn, goes into the corner, and there's a traveling call on the Lady Pilots. Jessica Irwin, she comes in averaging 2 turnovers a game, or check that. She had 2 turnovers. That's her third of the year right there, excuse me. And now Carlon Cox, who has the basketball. She's over the timeline now. She transferred in from she came in from Huntington High School in Chillicothe, Ohio, with the basketball now. Here's O'Connell with a drive, kick out now to Cox. Shovels it over here to the right side, now here to Lemus. On the drive with 10 on the shot clock. Shot is no good. Rebound, Cam Glenn and the Bethel Pilots. Cam over the timeline now. Goes deep corner now. Here, ball stolen away. Jump ball.
Coach talked about turnovers in the pregame.
Yeah.
And I know what he was saying. He said that there were some aggressive turnovers.
That's not one of them.
No, well, I mean, it was being aggressive. She was trying to go to the rack, but she dribbled into a double team. So it's a silly turnover. Just be patient and spread the floor.
Lady Pilots come in averaging 20 turnovers a game. They've been out-rebounded 34-29. They're outscoring their opponents, however, 73.5 to 62.5. They're shooting 77% from the line, 45% from the field, 30% from downtown, 12 assists, 13 steals, and 1 block shot, and a whistle inside. And a foul's going to be called on the Pilots. Macy Heimlich, the 5'8 freshman from North White High School, will be whistled, and Maddie O'Connell will go to the line. Now, taking a look at Ohio Christian, they come in averaging 52 points a game, giving up 86 as the first free throw is good. And it's a 2-1 ball game here at the 8:25 mark. Ohio Christian being out-rebounded, Coach, 46.5 to 28. Giving up 23 turnovers a ball game as they make both free throws, and we're tied 2-2. They're shooting 54% from the charity stripe, 38% from the field, 22% from the arc, 8 assists, 11 steals, and 2.5 block shots per ball game. Pilots standing around a lot here in the early stages of the game. Here's a pass inside. That's a travel, and good call by Raleigh Thill, the official over here. Once again, another unforced error. Irwin with the miscue.
So the Pilots now have 1 shot attempt and 3 turnovers. They're shooting 100% from the floor.
That's a good place to go.
Yep.
Here's Cox going to the far side now here to Dinsmore. Dinsmore back out to the point now to O'Connell. O'Connell on the crossover. Kicks back to the far side wing now to Dinsmore. Dinsmore with 10 on the shot clock. Dinsmore to the right elbow. And a foul whistle on the Pilots not moving their feet.
Yeah, that one there, though, wasn't a lot of contact. I don't like that foul that far from the basket. I thought DuBois was squared up, but she didn't move her feet. So give him a fresh 30 on that.
O'Connell the inbound here to the right next to the Bethel bench. Pilots benches on the right side of the floor.
Good hands.
Here's a steal by the Lady Pilots. Kelsey Brickner coast to coast and missed the layup, but the offensive putback is also missed by Maggie DuBois. And so much for that perfect shooting, Coach.
Yeah, 2 easy ones, too.
You betcha.
A 3-point attempt short.
Short on the triple walk in by O'Connell. Rebound, offensive putback is in and out, no good. Rebound deflected around and finally taken away by Bethel's Maggie DuBois. Up court quickly now. Here is Brickner driving inside, and she got hit upside the noggin by Lemus, the 5'8 freshman from Clover Leo High School in Medina, Illinois, or check that, Medina, Ohio. And at the line, Northridge product, Kelsey Brickner, an 84% free throw shooter. And she gives her club the lead back at 3-2 at the 7:15 mark.
Back-to-back possessions where Kelsey's gone hard to the basket, even though the defender was there.
Second free throw good again, 4-2, Pilots. Here's Cox with the ball, walking it up. Cam Glenn's asking for some help here. The ball comes up high now here to O'Connell. On the weave, they give it off here to Dinsmore, and she traveled with a basketball. I talked with Cam Glenn before the ball game, Coach, as she was warming up, and asked her how she's feeling about this year. Says it's great to be off to a great start.
Yeah, and she's one of those young ladies that we've seen work so hard to improve her game, extend her range, and she's surrounded with some talented players here to help her out.
Cam comes back out high here to the top. Jump shot on the way by DuBois for 3. Good. Pilots lead at 7-2 for DuBois. That is only her second triple of the season. She came in shooting 1 for 6 from downtown.
Yeah, it's one of those talented players that Coach Gingrich brought in. Nice freshman class here.
With the basketball going back door, losing the handle on it, but laying it up and in is Lemus. Somehow she was able to track that loose pumpkin down. 7-4 Bethel.
That was a tough finish. Here's Brickner for 3.
Off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of O'Connell.
Tough catch and tough finish on that last possession by Lemus.
O'Connell with the drive. That kick out into the corner to Cox. That air ball goes off a black jersey underneath. I believe that went off of Lemus, and it'll be BC basketball. Pilots a 7-4 leader here at the 6:10 mark. First substitution of the ball game for the Trailblazers. Checking into the game now will be Bethany Conrad, who went to New Hope Christian Academy with her high school work and hails from Stoutsville, Ohio, a 5'9 junior, averaging 3.5 points and 1.5 rebounds. Here's a pass inside to Cam Glenn. Cam missed the shot, rebound, ricochets off the hands of Glenn and into the hands of Cox. Cox pushing it up, throws it over here on the right side now to O'Connell. O'Connell with a drive, the running one enters, good. The Olay defense by the Pilots, and it's at the 5:47 mark. Bethel's once 5-point lead has been whittled to 1.
And you see freshman mistake there. Defensively, Heimlich got beat, and then Cam Glenn's being denied on the inbounds. Heimlich's right next to her and runs down to the floor and leaves Cam to fend for herself.
Here's a turnover on the Pilots. Macy Heimlich with the intended receiver of that last pass. Boy, the Pilots not shooting the ball well, and they have had more turnovers than Rise and Roll does at the Bakery. Here at the top now, here's Lemus on the dribble still, 14 on the shot clock. Passes inside to the low post, now here to Conrad, and a whistle.
So back-to-back freshman breakdowns defensively. You've got Brickner busting her tail, playing great defense on the ball, and DuBois relaxes for a second and gets beat backdoor and then fouls her player. So
Tegan Parker checking into the game now, a 5'10 freshman who did her prep work in Lafayette at West Lafayette High School, averaging 1 point on the season. Free throw is off the rim, no good from Conrad. Conrad now 3 for 7 at the charity stripe. Also coming into the ball game for the Pilots will be Michelle Moritas, the Energizer Bunny.
I'm telling you what, defensive intensity just went up.
Yes, indeed. Free throw no good as she stepped on the over the line, and that's a huge mistake there instead of a tie ball game. The Pilots retain a 1-point lead as Michelle will walk it up over the timeline now into the forecourt. Goes left side now. Here to Parker.
Miss Moritas on the back cut.
Parker right wing now, looking for help on the dribble. Stops, ball reversal, and a foul on the reach in. I believe they're going to call that on O'Connell.
Her first team, second. So one of the things, the Pilots are 2-0, but they don't set good screens. They run to the spot, but they don't get a body on people. If you watch, they're very active. They're going where they're supposed to. There's a nice move by Brickner.
And Brickner will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. She's an 84% free throw shooter on the year.
And she gets to the line often. She gets there often, and she shoots them well, which is great. But, yeah, if you watch the Pilots, they're active off the ball. They go to set cross screens, back screens, down screens, but they just tend to replace one another instead of getting a body on somebody.
Brickner coming off a 20-point performance and 6 of 7 at the line at Holy Cross. And it's now a 8-6 ball game. One more. That one hardly touched the net. That's dynamite-looking shot there.
On that first game, I'll pull up the stat. First game, she was 10 for 12. There's that defensive pressure. There's a turnover. No, should have gotten one.
With the basketball now here, Lemus driving down the right side of the lane. Shot no good. A rebound into the hands of Bethel College's Macy Heimlich. Heimlich goes to Moritas in the corner. Back out here on the right wing, now to Parker. Back to Heimlich at the point. Back to Moritas on the right wing. Michelle looking for some help. Goes to the top now to Irwin. She launches the triple. Karams into the corner. Well, the Energizer Bunny is there. There's a pass inside deflected by Cox. And it's corralled by Heimlich in the corner. Inside of the low post. And a foul whistled. Is trying to set up shot below. It was Parker.
There's a good chance Moritas will be 0 for 2. Maybe 1 for 3 from the floor tonight. She'll come up with 5 or 6 steals. She'll have 4 or 5 assists. She'll have 4 or 5 rebounds. And she'll just disrupt the other team's offense.
Right, and that's the whole thing, is you can't put that into a stat.
No.
On the odd men situations that she will create because of her hustle plays.
Her first, the Roosevelt game, play 0 for 0 from the floor. You know, no shot attempts, but she had 5 or 6 steals, and she just got her hand on balls. That the energy in the building picks up when she's on the floor.
4:14 mark at the line. Jessica Irwin, that's her first miss of the year. She was 4 for 4 coming into the ballgame with a pair of assists, 2 blocks, a pair of turnovers, and shooting 11.5, or scoring 11.5 a game. So she was able to knock down 1 of 2. It's 11-6 Bethel College.
You see Michelle, she'll turn her.
There's a jump pass to the far side now to O'Connell. She launches the 3-point shot, and that's an air ball. And it's corralled by Brickner. Moritas up court quickly, throws it away. Nice job by Dinsmore to anticipate the long pass. Dinsmore streaks up the left sideline. Bounce pass inside. Here's a nice block from behind, and the Pilots come away with it. As Heimlich got a hand on it. From 3, no good. Near side by Cox, and hustling after it is O'Connell. O'Connell right corner. Dribbles across the lane. Finger roll, a.k.a. George Gervin style. Way off the mark. Heimlich will walk it out.
Not exactly a shooting clinic here today. If we're playing horse, nobody's got a letter because nobody's made one in a long time.
With the ball now, Brickner goes inside. Now here to Heimlich, and she lays it up and in. 12-6 ball game. Heimlich's in the score sheet here at the 3:08 mark.
Pilots now 2 of 9 from the floor. Their opponents 2 of 11.
Ball in the far corner now. O'Connell on the drive. Double team kick back out to the far wing. Now to Dinsmore. Air ball, but wide open underneath was Conrad as she lays it up and in.
Looks like an assist in the box score, but it was certainly an air ball. There's a good basket cut.
And that should have been a kick right there. Here's a pass to the right side. Moritas on the drive. Shoots off the rim, no good. A rebound. Cox. The Lady Pilots are not doing a very good job on the glass here in the early stages, Coach. Both offensively and defensively. They're standing around.
Yeah, they're out rebounding their opponent 9-6, but that's because their opponent has missed 10 shots.
Multiple substitutions now for Bethel. Kiana Allen's come into the ballgame. She's played in 1 game prior to this one. Also, Cam Glenn's back in the ballgame, and she'll have the ball on the right wing, and she'll launch the triple. And her shot no good. Also, Kristen Mon is in the game now. Over the timeline now, Dinsmore gives way now to Cox. Cox dribbles down the right side of the lane, goes into the corner now to Emily Carmen. Back out to the point now, Conrad. Conrad drives down the left side of the lane, puts on the brakes, shoots over Mon, and then the rebound again is this time by Thompson.
Good box out by Parker that time.
Finally tracked down, and here come the Lady Pilots now. Parker over the timeline now.
Pilots aren't big, but they're long. Irwin, Brickner, Parker.
Here's Glenn with the basketball, had it stripped away. Now goes right side, now to Mon. Mon back inside here. Parker on the leaner scores. Pilots lead it 14-8 here at the 1:49 mark.
Good flash to the high elbow by Parker. Good.
Here's Cox flying down the right side. Lays it up and couldn't get it to go. Cam Glenn tips it over here to Mon. And now the Lady Pilots with a 6-point lead. Up court quickly now. Here's Moritas on the dribble. Finds the trailer. Parker, three, way off the mark. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it will be Ohio Christian basketball to move from left to right, trailing by 6.
Last possession right in front of us. It was good communication. Parker and Moritas both said switch. The problem was Cox was so fast that she blew past both of them, went right to the rack.
Now over the timeline now. Carlon Cox. Cox on the dribble. Matched up against Moritas. Pass over here into the corner and a triple on the way. Good for Stacy Dinsmore. That's her third of the season. She's now 3 for 4 from downtown. It's now a 14-11 ball game, and that lead has been cut in half. Here's a steal. Dinsmore back the other way for the goal. And now it's 14-13. Pilots just so sloppy.
Yeah, and that's just a bad pass to the top of the key. It wasn't ball pressure, just lazy pass. Dinsmore with 5 points.
Cam Glenn at the top of the ring now. One-on-one against Dinsmore. Goes right side now to Parker. Parker looking for help. Comes back to Mon at the point. Back to Moritas. Michelle drives across the lane. Goes to Cam Glenn on the far wing. 10 on the shot clock. Cam.
Not a lot of scoring on the floor right now for the Pilots.
Deep left corner. Mon will launch up the triple on that and miss the mark by 2 feet.
That's not the way you want to end the quarter.
Here's Cox over the timeline now. Goes up here to the high post. Now here to Thompson. Skip pass to the right side. Now to Dinsmore. Back to Thompson. She drives, shoots, missed the shot. Rebound. Cam Glenn has got it. Cam's going to lead the breakout. Cam 1 on 3 will curl out. Put on the break. Now here driving down the lane. Parker scores. And it's now 16-13 at the end of 1. 16-13 our score. Bethel at the end of 1. A lackluster performance by the Pilots here in the first quarter, and yet they lead by 3. We'll be back with more right after this brief timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
They say growth is a journey and not a destination. At Teachers Credit Union, we agree. Helping our communities grow has been our mission ever since we began our journey in 1931. And supporting our members' growth has helped us to become Indiana's largest credit union. And we're just getting started. Whatever you want to grow, Teachers Credit Union is ready to help. Visit a branch or tcunet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity.
St. Jude continues to advance by increasing cure rates in childhood cancer. And donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. When it comes to research and advancements, there are some things that only we can do because we have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Condrey and Gardner here tonight from Bethel College in Mishawaka, Indiana. Glad you could be part of our broadcast tonight. 16-13, Lady Pilots lead at the break. Let's go over to Coach. He's got some early numbers just looking over your shoulders, Coach. It was not a pretty sight.
No, it was not. This is one of those games where they should be winning by about 15 points at the end of 1 if they're playing the way they know how to play. Unfortunately, they're not. So Pilots are 5 of 15, 33%. 1 of 6 from downtown, 17%. 5 of 6 on the foul line, thankfully. They have 6 turnovers in the first quarter, so on pace to get that 20-plus turnovers again. 12 rebounds, 2 on the offensive end. Ohio Christian is 5 of 19, 26%. 1 of 6 from downtown, 17%. 2 of 3 from the foul line. They have 11 rebounds, including 4 offensive rebounds. They have 5 turnovers.
Cox with the basketball comes back to Dinsmore at the top. Dinsmore quick back to Cox on the far side. She traveled with the basketball. Trying to cut off the lane was Kiana Allen. She did just enough to be able to create the turnover, and now Allen will inbound the ball. On the floor for Bethel. Here to start the second stanza will be DuBois along with Allen. Also Cam Glenn. Also joining her out there will be Michelle Irwin. And finally, Macy Heimlich. Heimlich comes around a curl, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound tracked down by Kara Velti.
Feel like
Velti just getting into the game now.
That shot will be there later in the shot clock. No reason to shoot that 3 right away.
There's the ball on the right side wing now, Thompson. Thompson lobs it inside now here to Velti. Velti turns, shoots, and scores. It's now 16-15. Pilots a 1-point leader here at the 9:14 mark. Heimlich with the ball on the near wing, goes cross court now to Allen. Allen back out to the top to Irwin, back to the left side. DuBois. Back to Heimlich at the point. Now to Cam Glenn on the near side wing. 13 on the shot clock. They go left side now here to Jess Irwin. To the top of the ring now, DuBois. Now to Cam on the right wing. Cam on the dribble drive. In traffic for the left-handed layup. 18-15. Cam continues her fine play.
I was just getting ready to say, nobody is attacking the basket. Everything's just being passed around the circle. There's no aggression on the offensive end, so good attack by Cam.
Caroline Cox with the basketball now over the timeline into the forecourt. Goes left wing now here to O'Connell. O'Connell now dribbles to the point. Guarded by Glenn. Cam looking out of the corner of her eye, waiting for that screen to pop up. Here's a three-point shot from the far corner. Good for Stacy Dinsmore, and she could absolute play. We're tied 18-all.
She's got 2 triples now, 8 points on the evening.
Comes in averaging 13.5, 9.5 rebounds, Coach. So she's matched her season high or season total here in the first half when it comes to triples.
Again, the ball has not made it inside the three-point arc until 10 seconds on the shot clock, and there you get your layup.
And here's the drive and a shot, and Irwin fortunate to get that one to roll right. 20-18, Pilots at the 7:51 mark. There's Dinsmore with a pass and a foul on Cam Glenn.
That's a silly foul by Cam.
Dinsmore, without question, the best player on the floor for Ohio Christian at this stage.
Yeah, and she's off to a good start tonight. Stats 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. She's got 2 rebounds and 8 points already.
Ohio Christian a year ago, 7-21, 1-16, last place in the River States Conference. They're in their 4th season in the River States Conference and the 4th year in the program. Overall, the program is 45-48 all time. They had a couple good years to get things started. Here's a shot blocked away nicely by Maggie DuBois.
Really good defense there on the dribble, and then when the dribble was picked up, she did. I thought for sure she was going to reach in, and she did, and kept her arms up, and then got the shot block.
Ohio Christian started the season with a couple games, 87-49 loss at Lawrence Tech, and then an 85-55 loss to Michigan Dearborn in a neutral court setting, and that'll be a turnover.
Turnover number 7.
Bethel a 20-18 leader. The Energizer Bunny, Michelle Moritas, checks into the game. Cam Glenn will get a break. On the floor, it will remain. Moritas should also be joined out there by DuBois. Heimlich also out there, and Irwin. And running out that lineup out there is Kiana Allen.
Be interesting to see who brings the ball up for Ohio Christian now, and if Michelle can get herself a turnover.
Here's Irwin with the ball on the right side, driving inside, splits the defense, no good. She's knocked to the floor, no call. And here come the Trailblazers up the left sideline. O'Connell. O'Connell on the drive, spins, looks for help, goes into the far corner. And Conrad drives. There's a shot inside, ball ricochets over here in the right corner. Diving for the loose ball is Heimlich. And it's finally taken out here by Dinsmore. She traveled with the basketball. Good call by Raleigh Thill, the official right here in front of our broadcast location.
And Coach just said, did she slide her foot? And yeah, she dragged that back foot. For the Pilots' last possession, a lot of contact, but Irwin initiated all that contact, so that's a good no call by the officials. Jessica's just got to go straight up.
Heimlich with the ball goes right side now here to DuBois. She'll launch the triple way off the mark. Rebound. Trickled down by Bethany Conrad. Now up the right sideline is Lemus. Lemus on the crossover on Allen, drives way past her. And that'll be a blocking call taken by Macy Heimlich. And she leaned out of the way to avoid the contact, and the official with a great call there.
Yeah, and she took the contact on the right shoulder instead of taking a square. I give her credit, though. Not that often that we see the women's basketball players trying to draw charges or actually go down when there's contact. So, right idea, but she wasn't square, and that's a good call by the official.
6:25 to go here in the first half. Bethel 20. Ohio Christian Trailblazers 18. And at the charity stripe, the right-hander, Lemus, so she's able to knock one in. She's a 64% free throw shooter. It's now 20-19 at the 6:25 mark. And checking back in for Bethel will be Tegan Parker. And out of the ballgame will be Allen.
Men's basketball tonight. Marian University playing Purdue. My brother just texted, said Marian looks legit.
They are legit.
Yeah.
With the big guy in the middle, they will be tough out. Lemus, high arching free throw is good. And we're tied at 20-20.
She has 5 points on the evening.
6:23 to go here with the ball now. Parker looking for help. on the dribble. Goes to Heimlich. Heimlich still on the look. Goes over here to the left side to Moritas. Moritas goes inside to the low post now to Brickner. Brickner double team. If you know it's going to be there, someone's got to be open when you're a triple team.
That's the second time that she's dribbled into a double team. She did a great job of cutting, great job of squaring up to the basket, but then that all went out the window when she put the ball on the floor.
And she's coming out of the ball game. Cam Glenn will come back in. I mean, my observation, this is once again, you've done the first 2 games, so you know this team right now playing to the level of its competition, and there's going to be a turnover on the Pilots.
It's a 3-second call. That's a quick 3-second call by the official. You don't see that called very often.
Especially when the clock was at 6:04.
Yeah, and she was underneath the basket. There was no advantage gained by being down there. It wasn't like she was camping in there to post up. But, yeah, Pilots are just not playing well right now.
Here's Conrad with the ball at the top of the ring. Swings it right side now here to Lemus. Lemus into the deep right corner. Back out here to the top now to O'Connell. O'Connell with 10 on the shot clock. Goes left side now here to Carmen. Carmen goes on the right side. And nice job of hustling after the loose pumpkin with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
It's a great job by Irwin defensively. Squared up. There was some contact. Offensive player fell down, and Jessica just dove in and took the ball away, but she slid out of bounds in the process. 3 on the shot clock.
As O'Connell will inbound along the near sideline in front of the Bethel bench. And looking, goes into the corner, and that one goes off the fingertips of Conrad. And 1 second went off the shot clock.
So now you have to defend. Don't let them get anything easy, but don't pick up a silly foul.
There's the ball out here in the corner now. Dinsmore, and a shot clock violation. So the Pilots defensively do the right thing. And now they'll see if the offense can get on track now here.
It's a premature whistle by the official, though, because if the Pilots corral that rebound, it's a live ball, even though the shot clock went off. If they have a clear possession, the ball was still in the air when he blew his whistle.
Yep. Cam Glenn with the ball goes here in the left side now to Irwin. Now back to the right side to Heimlich.
Everybody's putting the ball over their head. That's not a position to attack the basket.
With the ball over here, Moritas goes now here to Cam Glenn. Cam's got a lane to drive. There it is. Cam to the goal, scores. At this stage of the game, Coach, you just got to let her get a clear out and let her go.
I hate to say it, but yeah, right now, just give her the ball, let her get to the basket because nobody else is creating anything.
Here's Lemus on the drive. She missed the shot now. Heimlich with the ball. Pushing it up. Over the timeline now. They got numbers. She pulls up from 3 and bricked it. Why don't you just take the ball to the basket there? Here's Moritas back out here to the top. Here to Parker.
Good cut.
Parker would drive to the goal and couldn't get it to go, and a foul whistle. Timeout, Brenda Baker and the Trailblazers. We're going to take a timeout here, and we'll be back with more. 4:41 to go in the first half. Bethel 22. Ohio Christian 20. We're back after this.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Coach, I think we have our only Saturday of the year without a game. We have games that are on the road away from our coverage area.
I was surprised to look at my schedule and realize I had a Saturday to get some yard work done here before the terrible snow
We are not going to be doing men's basketball this weekend. I've got to cover Notre Dame hockey on Saturday. So I will be on Frozen Pond. That was a double dribble right there by O'Connell, no call, but we'll come out here to the top now to Cox. Cox hands it off. Around the back now, here's O'Connell. There's the ball down the lane, and running one-hander, score it. Nicely played for Lemus. And we're tied 22-22 at the 4:23 mark.
Bad ball pressure on the defense and no help side defense.
Moritas with the ball. Comes back out high to Heimlich, back to the right side to Irwin. Irwin lobs it inside, now to Moritas. Moritas turns, kick back out to Cam. There's ball, but Heimlich back to Irwin on the right wing.
And that's the 3 Heimlich should have shot.
And back over here. 3-point bomb, good. This time, Parker lights the lamp, and it's now 25-22.
If you can penetrate and kick, if you can knock down the 3, this offense is going to be extremely easy. But right now you've got Heimlich pulling a 3 on the break and then not pulling 3 on that open look.
Cox goes into the corner now to Dinsmore. Back out to the point now to O'Connell. O'Connell around a Dinsmore screen and roll. Will drive, running one-hander. Nice block by. Oh.
That's a tough call right there because Michelle was in good position, put her hands straight up, certainly did not come down. You often see the official make the motion. She came down, but thought her hands were straight up there.
And to shoot the free throw will be Maddie O'Connor. Went to Pickering North High School in Ohio. She started all 3 games for her squad. A 33% free throw shooter. And she missed one there. She's averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2.5 assists per ball game. And one more opportunity coming your way at the 3:37 mark. Free throw rattles around and in. It's 25-23 on the 1-2 at the line for her. Bethel ball. There's the ball inside. Parker. Here's the back cut here to Cam Glenn. Cam missed the shot, got it back up. Cam is fouled. I like her energy.
Oh, a couple things happened there, though. Parker squared up to the basket. Cam made a good basket cut. You got a nice bounce pass. Missed the first one, but stuck with it. But I like the way that Parker's playing. She's squaring up to the ball. She's looking to attack the basket. I mean, again, they're freshmen. You're going to have games where they look great, and you're going to have games where you question why they're playing and everything in between. So
Cam Glenn knocks down the charity toss. Cam's leading scorer for the Pilots here tonight. 26-23 here at the 3:24 mark.
You've got Cam as a senior, and Kristen's going to play, here and there as a senior, but then you've got your freshmen and sophomores. So,
and number 12 does it again. She's got 8 on the night. 27-23 Pilots with the basketball.
Yeah, much
Dinsmore.
like the first game, it's been the free throws that have Dinsmore to the rack for her 10th point.
27-25, Dinsmore with a fine play.
Yeah, that first game against Roosevelt, it was the free throws were what kept the Pilots in the game and allowed them to win. Same thing tonight. They're 7 of 8 from the foul line.
With the ball here at the top of the ring now, Parker goes to Heimlich. Heimlich looking for a header, goes over here to Brickner. Brickner back to Cam. Cam at the top on the drive. Inside, missed it, but there's Brickner with the follow, and she scores, and she was fouled. Yeah. Kelsey Brickner, the 5'11 sophomore, with a goal.
Well, and when Cam drives, you have to get defensive help, and so Kelsey did a good job of attacking the basket. Nobody can put a body on her because they're trying to stop Cam. Gets the easy putback. Goes to the foul line where she's off to a great start this season.
The right-hander shoots and scores. 30-25. Pilots' biggest lead of the night was at 14-8. And they're just one shy of that. Now here's Cox with the basketball. Coming up high now to Dinsmore. Backdoor pass stolen by Brickner. Brickner asking for help. Now gives way now to Moritas. Moritas streaks over the timeline. Now goes there to Parker. Back out to the top to Heimlich. Left side now Moritas. Michelle. Shot on the way, hard up the iron. Guess who's got the offensive rebound? Moritas shoots, couldn't get it to go. Heimlich with the layup, no good. Heimlich comes back out of it. Still on the dribble. Heimlich goes
good
inside
cut.
now here, and a shot and a score for Tegan Parker. Good ball. It's the hardest possession of the night for the Pilots, right there.
Moritas with an offensive rebound. Heimlich with 2 offensive rebounds, and then you get the basket cut. And Heimlich didn't force up the third shot. Oh, there's a travel. There you go.
7-point Bethel lead as they're starting to assert themselves here in the waning moments of the second stanza. Now checking into the ball game for the visitors will be Katie Thompson, and exiting will be Bethany Conrad. And the Pilots will have the ball into the hands of Michelle Moritas. As Eric Ginger's saying, let's speed it up. Over here on the near side now. Brickner goes inside to Cam. Cam to the goal. Missed the shot. Hammered, no call. And Cox the rebound. Cox will push it up. Puts the ball into the hands of Lemus. Lemus ball deflected around, stolen by Parker. Parker quickly over the timeline now. Parker to the goal. Couldn't get it to go. Ball deflected around, and Cox with the rebound. Up court quickly on the left sideline. O'Connell. O'Connell with the crossover. Driving, running one-hander. Woefully short. And it'll be air ball time, and it will be Bethel basketball with 1:24 to go in the first half. Oh, what was that?
They're saying that Bethel touched it. Nobody's arguing. So it's unfortunate because Brickner probably could have grabbed it, but she thought it was an air ball as well.
There's the ball deflected and finally stolen Nice play by Parker and goes into Heimlich. Heimlich over to the timeline now. At the top now, still on the right-hand dribble. Now goes to Moritas. Moritas back out to the top to Brickner. Kelsey with the jab step. Now deep left corner, now Parker. Parker back out to Moritas, quickly to the right side, Heimlich.
There's a good look.
The triple off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of Stacy Dinsmore.
I like that catch and shoot, though.
Yep,
She was open.
Here's
Good
a steal by Cam. Cam to the goal with a right-handed layup, and she scores. 34-25. Cam Glenn with the deuce at the 52nd mark.
And they need to stay up and try and get this into double figures here. Got an opponent who's down.
Cox goes here to the right side now to O'Connell. O'Connell skip past to the far side now to Lemus. Lemus at the point. 14 on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock. Cox baseline shot, good from about 12. 34-27. 25 seconds. And coach, that was a over 3-minute drought for the Trailblazers.
Well, that's the Piles played good stretch of defense, and even that possession was good defense. That's just a nice shot there by Cox. Parker
with the basketball. The former West Lafayette Red Devil coming over here to Moritas. Moritas on the left wing, had it slapped away by Dimsmore. Here's Heimlich on the drive. Back to Cam Glenn. Cam crosses over, drives, shoots, scores at the horn. And the Pilots will take a 36-27 lead to the locker room. We'll get some thoughts here from Bethel assistant coach Kelsey Keat. We'll do that right now and get some thoughts from her. All right, Kelsey, tell me about the first half of play. What were your impressions of the first half?
This first half, offensively, we haven't been getting the ball inside like we want to. So we got to do a better job of that. Any good offense want to get it inside and out. We've been talking to our girls about that. They've came out and played hard. So we just got to match that intensity and play hard in the second half.
One of the frustrating things that you've already found out in coaching is when your team plays to the level of their competition.
Right.
I remember when you were playing at Indiana Wesleyan, seldom did that happen. I recall that quite clearly. So let's talk about getting past that mental and emotional barrier that they are having to overcome there. Because on paper, they're a much better basketball team the Lady Pilots are.
Yeah. I mean, every game you got to show up and play the same way. Like, you got to prepare the same way for every team. And that's what we're trying to get our girls to do. But we're young, and we're going to learn that the hard way some days. So right now, we're by far the better team, but we just got to come out and play the better the second half.
Coach?
Hey, first quarter, 6 turnovers. Second quarter, 1 turnover.
Yeah.
So we'll take that defensive pressure picked up there in the final 3 minutes, which then leads to the offensive breakaways.
Yeah, Michelle Moritas is a heck of a defender. She just pressures the heck out of the basketball.
Sure.
She helps us a ton. She gets us some easy buckets in transition because she's willing to pick people up. So.
All right, kiddo, go into the locker room and get them all fired up, okay?
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, once again, Kelsey Keat, just a tremendous ambassador for the game of basketball here. Glad to have her on the broadcast. We'll be back with more of college basketball. I'll get you our first half stats live from the Gates Gymnasium. This is Bethel College Sports on Regional Radio Sports.
Where it's either put up or shut up. We were yelling our hearts out. Even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continued to push. I don't know where the pain went to, but all I know is that I had what it took. I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
There's always a moment of truth where I say, look, it's either put up or shut up. And it was time to put up. I had crossed that thin line. It was 100+ degrees. We were hot. We were on fire. We were yelling our hearts out. You could feel the intensity rising. Even in our tiredness, even in our weakness, even in our pain, we continued to push. I told myself, you can suck up the pain for another 1.5 miles, and you will be a Marine. Not many people believe that I could do it. I don't know where I got the energy from. I don't know where the pain went to. But all I know is that I had what it took. I I am a United States Marine.
PFC Darrell Willis serves his country as a Marine. Will you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Connery along with Coach Mark Gardner. 36-27 Bethel at the intermission. It's Gates' 90th birthday, but everyone gets to be part of the fabulous celebration. During the month of November, Gates will be giving away 20 tropical family cruise vacations and exciting Las Vegas getaways. In addition, you can win prizes like big screen TVs, gift cards, and Apple products. No purchases necessary, and you can register at any Gates location or online at www.gatesautomotive.com. Winners will be announced every week through November. Once again, glad you can join us here today. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Tiny Condry upstairs along with our camera guy, Chavis Garment. Glad to have Chavis with us tonight. Coach, let's just, before we take a look at the stats, just kind of break down from if I'm Ohio Christian, I'm thrilled if I'm Brenda Baker.
Yeah, which is awkward. You're down 9 points. You're 0-2. You're coming off a 7-21 season, and so I don't know if I'd say thrilled, but I'm certainly happy with where we're at as opposed to where we could be. They've turned the ball over 14 times, but they're only down by 9 points.
Right, and that's the key thing.
Yeah.
If you look at the Crossroads League tonight, Indiana Institute of Technology is at fourth-ranked Marion. Of course, this is the only other game, but if you look at what's coming up tomorrow in the CRL, 14th-ranked St. Francis is at Doane. Lindsey Wilson is taking on Indiana Wesleyan in the First Bank Richmond Classic. Huntington, who's receiving some votes, is involved in the Crossroads League Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Classic at Cornerstone. And Mount Vernon is up in Chicago at Roosevelt University. If you take a look at the Crossroads League here, early stages of the year, Jody Martinez's Taylor Trojans off to a great start. They're 3-0 on the year. Bethel at 2-0. Grace at 2-1, followed by a pair of teams at 1-1, Goshen and Spring Arbor, respectively. Indiana Wesleyan at 1-2. Marion, St. Francis have yet to play. Huntington and Mount Vernon are both 1-1 in Crossroads League play at this stage. When we come back after the timeout, the stats are here. We'll walk them through you right after this. 36-27 Pilots. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Let's take a look at our numbers in today's matchup. Glad you can join us. Just some of the dynamics. Ohio Christian taking a look at their situation. We did not have the lead changed, did not change hands at all. The score was tied 4 times during the course of the first half. It was tied at 2. It was tied at 18. It was tied at 20. And it was tied at 22. And since that point in time, Coach, since that 22, that was at the 4:23 mark. And the Pilots were able to finish out the half on a 11-5 run, and that's where we're at right now. But your thoughts as you peruse through the first half stats?
Yeah, the big one was the Pilots cut down on their turnovers in the second quarter, which allowed them to, obviously you're getting more shot attempts, more rebound opportunities, and then they forced more turnovers. So, if you're Ohio Christian, you're sitting there with 14 turnovers. You're not going to win a lot of games when you're on pace to turn the ball over 25-plus times. Shooting-wise, both teams kind of struggling from the field. Three-point range has not been pretty for either team. So it's going to be a matter of, like Coach Key said, getting to the basket, creating things offensively because you're not knocking down that outside shot. So you have to get there and then you're not getting fouled shooting three-pointers. And the Pilots, one of their strengths is hitting free throws, and so you have to get the ball inside, be willing to take some contact, get yourself to the foul line. Team numbers, Ohio Christian 10 of 28, 36%, 2 of 7 from behind the line, 29%, 5 of 7 from the foul line, 71%. They had 21 rebounds, 6 on the offensive end, 14 turnovers, 5 assists. Individually, O'Connell 1 of 6 from the floor, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Thompson 0 of 2 from the floor, she has a rebound. Cox 1 of 5 from the floor, 2 points, 6 rebounds. Dinsmore 4 of 5 from the floor, she's got 2 triples, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Lemus 2 of 5 from the floor, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Velte was 1 of 1 from the floor, 2 points and a rebound. Conrad 1 of 4 from the floor, 2 points, 2 rebounds. For your Pilots, they were 13 of 36, 36%. 2 of 12 from behind the line, 17%. But they were 8 of 9 from the foul line, 89%. 19 rebounds, 8 on the offensive end. 5 assists and only 7 turnovers. They had 2 blocks and 6 steals. Jessica Irwin 1 of 3 from the floor, 3 points, an assist, and a steal. Kelsey Brickner 1 of 4 from the floor. She's got 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Macy Heimlich 1 of 5 from the floor, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and assists. Cam Glenn 5 of 10 from the field, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Maggie DuBois is 1 of 3 from the floor, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Tegan Parker is 4 of 7 from the floor, 9 points and a rebound, as well as 2 steals. Kiana Allen did not take a shot. Michelle Moritas 0 of 3 from the floor, and she's got 4 rebounds, including 3 offensive rebounds. Will be the team's leading rebounder on the offensive end. Kristen Mon 0 of 1 from the floor. She did grab a rebound. So you're looking at, Parker and Glenn have 4 buckets and 5 buckets, and then you've got 4 teammates with only 1 bucket, not shooting well. Some good looks that they missed, some forced shots, and some sloppy play. So again, you come out as the Pilots.
You look at Michelle Moritas' energy, and once again, it's not
it won't show up in the stats.
No, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. And you know me, I'm a firm believer that the stats never lie. But in her case, you're an absolute liar when you look at the stat sheet and you look at where's Michelle Moritas, because she changed the tempo of the game because of her energy and athleticism out there. And
yeah.
I just think that if everybody else could buy into whatever she's got, this would be a totally different group. And right now, off to a 2-0 start and a lead here at the intermission is a good place to be. But can you just only imagine in your mind if everybody played as hard as she does?
Yeah, what a great example she sets. Brickner got a steal in the first half because the ball bounced off Moritas' back because she was in the right defensive position when her player went backdoor. She went with it, and so she doesn't get credit for that steal. There was another one where she gets her hand on the ball, and it kind of flips over to Parker. Parker gets credit for the steal, but it was Michelle that got her hand on it. I felt that way after the first game. Like I said, I think she had 6 steals, but you look at the stat line, and it's like, well, she had no rebounds, and I don't know if she had an assist, but if you watch the game, she's a player that you're sitting there going, she's a difference maker.
No question about it. Of course, not starting this year. I think she's playing with a little bit maybe a little bit more of a chip on her shoulder, or certainly gives her team a different look coming off the bench.
I think it's a more relaxed look. Last year she showed up as the freshman, and it was, hey, here's the reins of the team. You're the point guard, make things happen. And we saw from the opening tip last year, we saw that defensive intensity, but she had a lot of pressure on her offensively. I think now she can kind of settle in and just go out there, and she's embraced that role. I talked to Eric about that, and I feel like it's a good role for her, and she's embraced it, and she's still getting quality minutes and contributing to her team.
Pilots are hoping that they can hold on to this lead and pick up because the last time the Pilots started the season 2-0, you got to go back to 2013 and 14. That's when Jody Martinez was here. That was Jody's last season. That group started actually went 3-3 to start this season. And then if you can at least project ahead, if the Pilots are able to hold on to this lead and win. The last time they were 3-0, you've got to go back to the 2012-13 season where they started at 3-0. And, of course, that group started off with a 6-1 lead. And then if you really want to get a little anxious, if the Pilots are able to win in their game against Aquinas coming up, then that 4-0 start, the last time that happened was back in 11 and 12. And Jody's group that year went 10-1. That was a great basketball team right then and there. So good opportunity here for the Lady Pilots. But once again, got to bring that defensive intensity and stop playing to the level of your competition.
Put your foot on the gas, take this thing home, give yourself about a 20-point lead at the end of this quarter.
We'll be back with more right after this. Pilots 36, Trailblazers 27. We'll be back on more right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and a proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org. Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you could join us here tonight on the broadcast. And just a quick reminder that tomorrow we'll be putting on the pads and the helmets. It's American Tackle Football, 3 great games that you can watch and or listen to. I'll be out at Kiwanis Field in LaPorte, Michigan City in LaPorte, Big 5A Sectional Championship. Our other crew will be here over at TCU Free Field as the Penn Kingsman will host the Valparaiso Vikings. That'll be another game we'll have on Regional Radio Sports. And finally, another game out in Northwest Indiana, a really neat matchup between the Morton Governors in Hammond. They're traveling down to their Inferno in Lowell to take on the team that was a state runner-up in 4A a year ago. Glad you can join us. Let's get ready to go here for our third quarter. Bethel College will have its starters out there. Macy Heimlich, Cam Glenn, Maggie DuBois, Jessica Irwin, and Kelsey Brickner, respectively. Bethel once again in the gray shorts and the blue numbers trimmed in white. Ohio Christian University, located in Circlesville, Ohio, just about 43 minutes south of Columbus. They're decked out in the black jerseys, black shorts with the blue numbers, or white numbers trimmed in blue, and with Ohio Christian written in blue, and they'll be moving from right to left on your screen. And with the basketball now, here is Stacy Dinsmore. Goes left side now here to Lemus. Lemus now here to O'Connell. O'Connell on the near side wing, crosses over, drives, kick out to the corner now to Lemus. Lemus on the drive, knocked away. Nice job defensively by DuBois to tap it away. Here's Irwin with the travel with the basketball.
Yeah, little hop, skip, and a jump there on a hesitation.
Tried the Euro step.
Get away with that in a lot of games. I mean, back when we played, you couldn't do that, but they've seemed to allow it for the last 20 years, but not this time.
On the floor for Ohio Christian, it's Carlon Cox, Stacy Dinsmore, Maddie O'Connell, Katie Thompson, and Helena Lemus. And the
back-to-back turnovers threw the ball out of bounds, so that's not how you want to start the half. When you had 14 in the first half, now you're up to 16. We're 30 seconds in.
Here is Brickner with the basketball. Going in the low post now to Irwin. Irwin drives. Reverse layup, no good. Brickner tries to track it down, but Cox ultimately comes away with the pumpkin. Now to Dinsmore. Dinsmore up the left sideline. Finds O'Connell. O'Connell with the crossover, around the back dribble. Looking for help. Goes now into Dinsmore, and she throws it away. Okay, deflects into the hands of Cox, and she missed the shot. And hustling after the rebound is Dinsmore. She'll launch the triple that goes in and out. Pilots standing around once again, fortunately to come away with the loose ball. Now with the basketball now here, Heimlich finds Irwin. Irwin on the drive, and the score. Pilots lead it 38-27. 8:43 to go here.
Little things that don't get recognized. When Irwin had the ball, before she threw it to the floor to Heimlich, she yelled Mace, making sure she had her attention, and then fouled it. Little pull-up jumper.
O'Connell with the drive, shot no good. Ball ricochets into the hands of Jess Irwin. Jessica will push the ball up. Goes over here to the.
And just as I credit her for the previous possession for making a good pass,
and she says, my fault.
Instead of throwing the two-handed pass, she threw the left-handed pass. She's a predominantly right-handed player, and that's why it went to Coach Gingrich and not to DuBois.
Carline Cox gives way. There's a travel right there.
I think they're called trip, I think, yeah. You could see that little smirk on Jessica. She said, my fault, almost like thinking to herself. Yeah, Coach Gingrich wanted the travel as well. She's kind of thinking to herself, why did I just throw that pass left-handed straight out of bounds?
Yeah, exactly. And with the basketball to inbound, it's O'Connell. Well, heck, that'll be our 5-second turnover on the Trailblazers. Nice job defensively by Bethel on the inbounds play.
Minute and a half in, and they now have 4 turnovers.
With the ball now, but the Pilots really haven't done any damage and only scored 2 points.
Right.
Here's Heimlich with the ball on the right baseline, drives across the lane, had it stripped away, and then Heimlich lost it, and it's a jump ball, and it'll be BC basketball. They got a break there.
Yeah, Macy was forcing something there. It wasn't there. A little pull up in the middle of the lane. She's okay, but she took one too many dribbles.
Heimlich to inbound the ball to the right of the lane from our vantage point, to the left from hers. Goes here to Brickner. Brickner on the dribble and dribbled it off of her. And once again, the Pilots' intensity is absolutely nowhere to be found.
And there was nowhere to go. It was another unforced error. She had Heimlich on the handoff, and instead she faked it to her and then dribbled it out of bounds.
It's like Ollie in the Hoosiers, dribbling it off his leg there. You get that?
We can't drop an Ollie reference here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, you're considering going to see Clint Dog in the bobblehead.
Oh my! Yes, I am. Grace College.
Up court quickly now. Irwin stops, goes into the corner now to Heimlich. Heimlich looking. Now back to the free throw line. Ricochets into the corner now, and Bruckner lost the handle. Oh, a nice play to keep it alive, but here is Glenn's shot way off the mark. And now Bruckner. Somebody needs a timeout to rattle things together. Irwin, boy, sloppy. Heimlich back out here to the top to the boy. Running one-hander scores. 40-27. Still a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye on Cam. Looked like she jammed her fingers on that one pass, and we know if you've done that before, that really hurts. We'll see how she's feeling.
Here's a drive down the lane by O'Connell. Up court quickly now. Here's Bruckner running the floor, and she scores.
Hopefully she's okay there. I don't know if it was an ankle or a knee, but she sure landed awkwardly.
42-27, 6:54 to go here. In a timeout, Ohio Christian, the Trailblazers. Coach Gardner's going to tell you about our friends at Gates Automotive Group.
During Gates' 90th birthday celebration, choose from over 1,000 new and used cars, including Toyota RAV4s, along with the Chevy Equinox and the Traverse, from just $9,990. You can choose from Toyota Camry or Chevy Cruze for as little as $10,990. Or how about the big Chevy Silverado starting at just $259 a month? Still family owned and managed. Now by the 4th generation, Gates has been fair, friendly, familiar, and has served millions of loyal customers for the past 90 years.
Gates Chevy World, Gates Toyota Scion, Gates Ireland Road, Gates Downtown, Gates of Granger, and coming soon, how about Gates of Elkhart? How about that? Good stuff right there. As we coach the Trailblazers, yet to score here in the third quarter. The Pilots out to a 6-0 run. Got their largest lead of the evening at 42-27.
Yeah, not a real pretty start to the second half of the Trailblazers. 0 of 5 from the floor. Stats have them down for 3 turnovers, but I'm thinking that was 4.
I trust you.
Yep. But
the Energizer Bunny is in now. Michelle Moritas. And watch this, how things will, from an intensity standpoint, how this will change.
And I like this. Up 15, put the pressure on. Don't let your team know you're content.
Here's Cox streaking up the right sideline. Double team there. Comes back out to Dinsmore at the point. Into the left corner now. Carmen's shot off the mark, no good. Rebound. Ricochets and a foul on Moritas in the corner, and she knew it. Nice matchup of good athletes over there between Carlon Cox, a Chillicothe, Ohio native, and of course Michelle Moritas, product of Howell, Michigan, went to Heartland High. Here's a pass stolen by Heimlich, and Heimlich throws the ball underneath their opponent's basket.
Your biggest pet peeve,
and you got it. You're running suicides, you do that playing for me.
Yeah, great job putting your hand out and getting in the passing, but don't throw it underneath your own basket. Or throw it all the way to the end of the floor. Just take it out of bounds with you and let your team reset.
With the basketball swinging it to the right side now, Conrad. Conrad goes to the right elbow to Thompson. Thompson drives down the Right side of the lane and a whistle, or they call it jump ball.
Yep, quick whistle on the jump ball. Tell you, we've talked, these freshmen have made some mistakes tonight, but you can tell, just 3 games in, they understand the game. I talk all the time.
You're saying their basketball IQ is much higher.
I talk all the time. There are people who play the game and people who understand the game. And right now you've got some young ladies in this team that understand the game of basketball. They're making mistakes, but that's part of being young. But they still understand what's going on.
Here's Conrad with an 8-footer from the left side, missed it. Gives the ball away here to Heinrich on the pass from Cam Glenn. Cam will launch the triple way off the rim. She hesitated.
She thought about it, yep.
Yeah.
It was a great decision by Heimlich to give it up. Macy could have shot it. She gave it up to the senior, and Cam thought about it.
Just that little bit of hesitation took her off rhythm. And now the Trailblazers. Stacy Dinsmore over the timeline now. Goes inside now to Cox. Bounce pass stolen by the Pilots, and there's that pass. Oh, my goodness. Up court quickly now on the right sideline now is DuBois. DuBois puts on the brakes. Back to Moritas, back to Irwin on the far wing. Jess Irwin waiting for a cutter. Looking for help. Gives it out here now to Maggie DuBois. Bounce pass inside to Irwin. She turns, squares. She's fouled inside. Nice play by Jess Irwin, taking it inside with authority.
Yeah, you're seeing bounce passes. You're seeing basket cuts, little things again. Macy came over to set a screen. He had her hand up to say that she was coming to screen, but didn't make enough contact, in my opinion. They really have to clean that up. But, knowing where to be, being in the right place, much easier to teach somebody to get a little body on it as opposed to teaching somebody, hey, you're supposed to go screen away. And so the game understanding's there.
Irwin, who was 1 for 1 in the first half, and now 1 for 1 here, so now 6 for 6 on the year. The right-hander with a slight pause. Free throw is picture perfect again. Bethel's largest lead is on the score sheet now at 44-27 as they scored the first 8 points of the third quarter.
7 points now in the evening for Jessica.
Now with the basketball, now Lemus. Lemus comes over here to the near side, now Dinsmore, and what was the call there?
Hand check, yep. Maggie's got to get up a little bit higher there and force the defender to turn by using her body, not using her arms.
Now checking into the game now is Tegan Parker, the 5'10 freshman.
4 fouls on DuBois, not a big deal when you're up by 17 and you have a deeper bench.
Back out here to the top now, Lemus. Lemus on the dribble, gives way now to Dinsmore. Stacy looks over, situation goes right side now to Conrad. Now onto the far sideline, turnover on Ohio Christian's Emily Carmen, the Ohio Valley Christian product. And here come the Pilots.
0 points, 5 turnovers this quarter.
Here's a nice steal by Dinsmore. Dinsmore picked Cam Glenn's pocket. Dinsmore with a bounce pass hustling down the floor. And that was plain and simple. Bethany Conrad wanting it more, and she ran the length of the floor full throttle and was hammered, and she'll go to the line here with 5:15 to go in this third stanza to try to cut into that Bethel 44-27 advantage.
Let's credit Heimlich for hustling back, though, and picking up the foul to make her earn it from the foul line, because she could have just hung out and watched the play.
Free throw no good as they remain off the score sheet here in this third quarter.
If Macy hangs out at half court and watches the breakaway, it's probably 2 points, and right now it's 1 at the most.
Free throw in and out, no good. She missed them both.
Yeah, that's a good play.
And now with the ball now into the hands of Tegan Parker. Gives way to Michelle Moritas, and a southpaw scores. 46-27, Moritas. And she just goes hard all the time.
Well, and that's just that she's not a huge offensive threat, but at the same time, she'll shoot the open shot if she needs to, and she'll attack the basket like that. When she's not being guarded, she's going to go to the basket.
Kristen Mon checks into the contest now. And here, once again, it's Cox guarded by Moritas. Look at the defensive stances. Finally, the Ohio Christian scores at the 4:50 mark.
First bucket of the half.
Yeah, 46-29.
Dinsmore now with 12.
Leading scorer for the visitors. Here at the top. Here's Moritas. Moritas on the drive. Kick out into the corner to Irwin. Irwin, 3, no good. Rebound, Mon tries to track it down, and it's taken away from her by Lemus. Lemus driving, leaning, fouled on the play.
Michelle's going to pick up her 3rd foul. So Moritas with 3, Heimlich with 3, DuBois with 4.
If you look at Michelle Moritas when she's playing defense, she gets down in that defensive stance and fundamentally is as sound as anybody that we've seen in the last couple of years on the gal side of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, ball pressure, good defensive stance. She sees the floor well, and then she goes and gets rebounds.
At the 4:23 mark, the Trailblazers trying to shave off that lead, and they were able to knock down one of the two on this trip, making it 46-30.
So they're 6 of 11 from the foul line. Pilots are 9 of 11. I'm sorry, 10 of 11.
With the ball, Moritas goes left side, now to Mon. Kristen looking for help. Now here to Heimlich, back to Mon, back to Irwin. 13 on the shot clock. Left side, Heimlich, triple off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of the talented Stacy Dinsmore. Dinsmore quickly over the timeline with the hard left-hand dribble. Gives it up at the top here to O'Connell. She comes around, shoots the ball, and that'll be an air ball, and it'll be BC basketball. Coach, have you given any thought at all to the fact that next basketball season we will not be able to say BC?
Nope, not at all.
Bethel University.
Let me take that back. I'm a salesman who sells apparel and banners. Yes, I've thought a lot about the name change over here. I met with the people at the bookstore last week, as a matter of fact.
Irwin won the drive, and she's bodied up.
From a broadcasting perspective, I haven't thought about it because we'll just still say Pilots, and so it'll be, but it will be different.
Multiple substitutions now. Bethel is going to come back with Sydney Williams. This will be her first game of the year. She's a product of Tays Valley High School, Orient, Ohio. She's in the game. There's a ball on the floor. Moritas is near the center of the universe, as always.
Now this is an interesting lineup here. He's up by 16 points, but you have Moritas and 4 newcomers on the floor.
And to inbound on the far sideline will be Maggie DuBois.
Now, granted, 2 of the freshmen starters, but not that often we see, I don't know if there was a time last year that we saw Brickner, Irwin, and Glenn all on the bench together.
That doesn't happen very often. DuBois, the Rossville High School product, set out to Moritas, and they're going to call an illegal screen on Sydney Williams.
2 things there. Sydney's got to get there and get squared up, but Michelle also has to allow her time to get there. Because Michelle had her defender beat, so the screen wasn't necessary.
Turnover, Lady Pilots, and that will be Trailblazer basketball.
Turnover number 11.
Over on the far side now, Lemus comes back out to the top now to Cox. Cox on the hard right-hand dribble. Goes now to the right side to Lemus, who wasn't even. There's a steal by the Pilots. Here's Heimlich back the other way. Stops. Cox all over her. Swings it to the right side. Moritas at the point now. Moritas looking for help. Goes to the far side now to Allen. Back out to the top now to DuBois. Back to Heimlich. 15 on the shot clock. Just under 3 to go in the third. Bethel leading 46-30. And a foul on the dribble drive.
Nope, not going to be 2 shots. Pilots have 5 fouls right now.
Whistled that one against Lemus. And it'll be Heimlich to inbound the ball underneath the goal to the right of our vantage point here courtside.
Lemus third, team's third.
Moritas right wing on the hard dribble, stops. Bounce pass to Allen. She'll load up the triple, hard off the iron, rebound. Rebound laid up and off the rim on the Williams offering, and finally
Moritas with the offensive putback.
48-30, Michelle doing it all.
Offensive rebounds number 10 and 11 for the Pilots.
Here's the ball on the right side now. Conrad jump shot, no good. Rebound, Heimlich. Heimlich, double team, and a jump ball out of that, and it'll be alternating possession. It'll be Trailblazer basketball.
Triple team, a lot of hands reached in there.
Maddie O'Connell, Pickering North High School product. I'm not even going to go there.
Nope. We're just happy these guys are here officiating.
Yeah, and with a basketball.
Without them, we couldn't have this game.
Carlon Cox with the ball. Goes right side now here to Lemus. Now to the top now here to, and a whistle. A legal screen. Is that what it was called?
Called a hook.
Okay.
I think maybe that was he had a better view of the triple team, and so that was his way of getting the ball back in the hands of the Pilots.
Moritas quickly up court. Here to DuBois. DuBois on the hard dribble. Stops, looks for ball reversal. Back to Heimlich. Back out to the top. Here's Moritas. 3 off the rim, no. Tipped up and around into the hands of Densmore. And Densmore fouled by Moritas in the backcourt, and that's going to be her 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
Her 4th, and that'll send Densmore to the line for 2.
And that'll be Michelle Moritas' 4th foul. And with 1:56 to go here in the 3rd, I think you'd have to take her out.
DuBois with 4. Cam's waiting to go in.
You got to be able to turn this thing back on in case it goes the other way. You've seen it happen before.
Here's my take on it. There's a good chance Michelle's fouling out for as aggressive as she is. Now it's just a matter of she going to foul out in the 3rd quarter or the 4th quarter.
You got a good point. 48-31, 1:56 to go, and it'll be a timeout on the floor. 1:56 to go. Our coverage today being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group.
It's Gates' 90th birthday, but everyone gets to be a part of the fabulous celebration. During the month of November, Gates will be giving away 20 tropical family cruise vacations and exciting Las Vegas getaways. In addition, you can win prizes like big screen TVs, gift cards, and Apple products. No purchase is necessary, as you can register at any Gates location or online at www.gatesautomotive.com. Winners will be announced every week through November.
There's our buddy Dave Schmidt over there running for Penn Township. He's got my vote. I know Mrs. Condry voted today for him, so we're happy for one of our favorite people in the building.
All the Y Camp wackos sitting around him are voting for him as well. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
There are no Y Camp wackos.
The wackos forgot there was a game tonight. Remember back when students came and supported their team in athletic events?
There's a shot on the way. Good.
Our listeners won't believe this, but there was a time when those stands were filled from floor to ceiling and rocking and rolling during every timeout, but those days have been replaced by iPads, iPods, and iPhones.
Cam Glenn in the deep right corner. Dribbles all the way out here high. And now they go left side now to Moritas.
Little zone defense.
Over here to Allen. Her three-point shot is no good. Rebound deflects off of one of the Trailblazers underneath. I believe it ricocheted off of O'Connell.
Pilots continue their hot shooting from behind the line. They are now 2 of 18.
Ouch. And the thing about it is you got a 48-32 lead and you've shot that bad. Allen with the ball in the far wing now. Goes into the corner. DuBois inside of the low post to Williams. Back out to Moritas. Michelle triple hard off the iron. Rebound Williams. And I got to say Williams was over the back. That's her 2nd foul.
Now I would argue that call. I mean, even though it's a 16-point game, there has to be contact before you can blow the whistle. Just because she jumped up and grabbed the ball over the opponent doesn't mean there was a foul. There was no contact, in my opinion, on that one. But I'm not wearing the stripes, and I'm wearing a headset. So
they'll come down and shoot some free shots out of it. Going to the line will be Bethany Conrad. Conrad came into today's game 3 of 6 at the line. Product of New Hope Christian Academy, went from Stoutsville, Ohio, and she knocks it down, making it 48-33, 1:26 to go. And one more opportunity for her. Interesting free throw shooting style. Swings that leg back out.
Yeah.
48-34. Got to be concerned here now, Coach. As that lead's been whittled down to, here's Glenn with the pass over here into the right corner. Back to Moritas to DuBois. DuBois drives, pull up 12-footers, hammered, no call. Grab the rebound back, and then she's mugged in the far corner. And no blood, no foul.
Apparently not. Apparently not. Now I thought there was it's a good pull-up by DuBois.
Cox will tie her shoe, and she's ready to go again, and it'll be Maggie to inbound the basketball in the far corner. Well, what is the discussion here?
This official is checking on the shot clock, which DuBois did.
48-34 our score. Now all 3 of them will get together. Riley Thill, the veteran of all the crew here, he'll make sure that all the details are in order. 1:09 to go here in the 3rd stanza. as the officials still continue their conversation. Looking ahead for the Lady Pilots, they'll be at Aquinas on the 6th, followed by a home game back here against Cornerstone. You look at Ohio Christian, their next game will be at home against Lourdes. DuBois comes out here now to Moritas. Moritas here at the top of the ring now. Goes right side now to Cam Glenn. Glenn goes back out here to the top to Williams, back to Moritas on the far wing. Back here to the top to Allen, back to Cam Glenn on the right wing. Cam had it knocked away with 16. Cam on the dribble, inside, and a foul whistled on the dribble drive. And it will be BC to go to the charity stripe. Here at Cam Glenn with 51.8 to go here in the third quarter.
You mentioned Clint Dog Johnson from Grace. He just sent me the text. Purdue leads Marion 32-24 at the half. Marion's going to be a tough team.
Cam Glenn misses the free throw. She'll have one more with 51.8. Well, this league is so good.
And if you have not gotten a chance to see the Pilot men play, you need to do that, and you need to watch Travion Cruz because he's one of the most special players that I've seen on this floor in a long time.
Yes, and we have a tie-up.
Yeah, and I'm with Eric. Eric's saying this is not consistent. And I'll disagree with Eric to one. It's consistent, but it's consistently bad. There's just bad calls being made. That's the only part of the consistency going on right now. So Eric's right. He's right in one hand to question the call. He's not right in the consistency because it's consistently bad.
49-34 Pilots, 50.4 seconds to go, and Cox to go to the charity stripe. The right-hander calmly knocks down the shot. She's an 83% free throw shooter, 49-35.
And what's happening now is you're allowing Ohio Christian to stay in the game due to bad calls leading to 2 free throws. They're not having to earn anything at that end.
So she was 1 of 2, and here come the Pilots.
There's your body contact that Eric's looking for.
DuBois over the timeline now to Glenn. Cam hits the trailer DuBois. Now to the right side to Allen. Back to Moritas. Moritas, there's a hand check there with the shove. Back to DuBois on the far wing.
And remember, Brickner and Irwin have been sitting for a while.
Back out to the top. Allen goes now to Cam. Cam with 6. Cam goes inside, not aware she traveled with a basketball.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, they got bailed out.
Somebody better call travel because she obviously traveled. There was no contact. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Again, consistent. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Maddie O'Connell guilty of the infraction, and that'll send Sydney Williams to the charity stripe. This is her first game, and this will be her first opportunity to put points on the score sheet as a Lady Pilot, and she does. So Williams makes it a 50-35 game with 22.4 seconds to go. And one more for number 35 is 51-35 Lady Pilots. Dinsmore over the timeline now. Gives way now here to Lemus. Lemus with the Olay defense by the bout. That's an easy score, 51-37. 10 seconds to go. Moritas, oh, she gave up the dribble. It goes to Cam. Cam with 4. Cam to the goal. Running one-hander, good. 53-37. Cam Glenn. And it's 53-37 at the end of 3. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, we have served our nation as a force in readiness. From combat operations to humanitarian assistance in every corner of the world. No matter where the mission takes us today, or wherever our country needs us tomorrow, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for each other, for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
We're broadcasting live tonight from Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium, located in the Y Camp Athletics Center. Glad you can join us. I'm Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Going to be Bethel basketball. Bethel outscored the Trailblazers 15-10 in that third stanza. Let's go over to Coach with some early numbers.
Bethel shooting 36% from the floor. The visitors are 31%. Bethel's 2 of 19 from three-point range, 11%, but they're 13 of 15 from the foul line. Pilots out-rebounding their opponents 32-28, 13 offensive rebounds, 12 turnovers for Bethel, 22 for Ohio Christian. Leading scorers Dinsmore with 14, Glenn with 15. Leading rebounders Cox with 8, Heimlich with 6.
And with the basketball now, Heimlich inside now to Glenn. Cam floats, shoots. Cam got the offensive rebound, and then she's hammered, going right back up. She is such an athletic player.
Yeah, she's now got 7 rebounds, 15.7 rebounds for Cam.
Cam came into today's action, the senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, went to Huron High, averaging 15 points and 4.5 rebounds, and has not been well at the line today like she's normally been. She's a 63% free throw shooter.
Look at Cox and Irwin sharing a laugh over there, competing, but yet chuckling a little bit, sharing a laugh.
54-37, so Cam was 1 of 2. Here's Cox with the basketball on the dribble drive. And she goes inside, and boy, that was a heck of an athletic play there by Lemus.
The boy tripped Lemus as she was cutting the basket, and she just kept going.
Yeah, she was dribbling but down on both knees.
Curly Neal action,
yeah,
huh?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're going to drop Hoosiers, I'm dropping Globetrotters tonight.
There you go. And now to inbound the ball will be Dinsmore for the Trailblazers. Ohio Christian looking for the first win of the year. That was a travel. Good call by Raleigh Thill, the official here to the near side. He's been the most consistent of all the guys in black and white.
Turnover number 23 for Ohio Christian.
And Maggie DuBois gives way now here to Cam Glenn. Cam goes now to Brickner on the far side wing. Brickner looking for help. Popping out high is DuBois. Back to the right side now to Heimlich. Waiting for it, goes to high. Now here to, and kick back out to DuBois. Back to Irwin on the far wing. 14 on the shot clock. Back to Brickner. Brickner, triple, perfect. What an offensive set. Maybe the best of the night right there for the Lady Pilots.
Absolutely, and you could hear Eric Gingrich talking them through, reverse it, down screen, pop. You know, everything ran to perfection. That's when this team gets everything running and plays well and plays like they can play. It'll be fun to watch.
And here's one dribble by Cox off her toe, and it'll be BC basketball. They lead by 20. Checking into the game now will be Katie Thompson for the Trailblazers. Also on the floor, Cara Velti, Germantown, Ohio product.
And let's remember as we watch this team that one of their better players, I think this season, is going to be Savannah, who is out with an injury right now.
DuBois, shot no good, rebound Cam Glenn. Cam will take the 18-foot mid-range jumper and knock it down. 59-37.
18 points, 8 rebounds now for Cam. Good opportunity for a double-double tonight.
With the basketball now, Lemus. Gives way now here to Carlon Cox. Backdoor pass, what a play by Cam Glenn. Cam on the breakout, 3-on-2. Cam bounced pass to Irwin, fake shoots, and she was hammered by Katie Thompson, the Belafonte.
The look on Cam's face as she's leading the break. She's got a big smile, almost encouraging Irwin, like, I want to lead you to the basket. You need to get out and be a little faster than me. And Jessica's saying, well, you're pretty quick, Cam.
Tanya Conner will make sure she corrects all of my Ohioisms.
Oh, Tanya Conner. Did she watch that Ohio State Purdue game? How was she that night? Or should I not go there?
No, I shouldn't want to go there.
Hey, look at this good-looking guy hanging out with us. Hi, Coach S.
All right, Coach. How you doing?
Floor looks great, by the way.
Yes, it is. Special man behind us, folks. Chris S., you want to throw that headset on. We put him to work.
No, he got out of here before we could do that. I went to his house last night going trick-or-treating. He wasn't giving out candy or anything, man. I thought I'd at least get some pizza or a Coke or something. Not having any of it.
Bellefontaine is how it's pronounced. I knew.
There you go.
I knew. All I have to say to Tanya Condry is OH, and her response would be what? There you go. With a basketball. Heimlich over the timeline now. Gives it back to the trailer.
Right
Brickner, 3 good. 64-37. Lady Pilots, the 7:39 mark.
Love when Kelsey just catches and shoots. She was in rhythm, trailing. It's a nice little drop off by Heimlich, and Kelsey knocked it down.
Cox goes into the corner now to Thompson. Thompson double team, spins out of it, and banks it up and in. A fine offensive play there.
First 2 points of the evening for Thompson. That's a strong move. Brickner now with 15. Glenn with, that's a great pass.
And here is Irwin hammered. She'll earn a pair of shots.
We had the same angle Macy had, and she had about 6 inches to fit that ball through there, and she threaded the needle. Irwin caught it and went up for the shot attempt. She's got 9 points in the evening. Headed to the line where she's 5 of 6 tonight.
Tanya Conner tells me that Bell Fountain is the home of the former Wamas Gun Shop. Wow.
Okay.
Take care of those Second Amendment rights. 65-39, second free throw, in and out. And here come the Trailblazers. Over the timeline now, here into the forecourt. Carlon Cox gives way now to Dinsmore. Dinsmore back to Cox. Cox, jump pass over to the right side. Here's Dinsmore back to the left. Step back triple off the rim, no good, and it ricochets out of bounds. And Eric Gingrich is going to bring in a whole fresh 5. And we'll get them to you as they come in. Grace Haley coming into the game now. Also, Kristen Mons in the contest again. Sydney Williams also in the contest. To be joined by Kiana Allen. And finally, it'll be Tegan Parker. That'll be the fresh 5 gray jerseys for Grace Haley, the Lansing Christian High School product. She's only played 2 minutes and 43 seconds starting today's action, and she's sitting at the top waiting for the ball. Here's Lon out here now to Haley. Haley back to Williams on the far side, 10 on the shot clock. Williams comes back out to the top. Now here's Allen coming around a screen, shovels it to Mon. Her 3-point shot no good, ricochets into the hand of Cox. Cox streaks up the left sideline, dribble the ball off her shin. That'll be BC basketball.
Good hustle by Williams there, getting her hand, and I thought she might pick up the foul, but she did not.
And it'll be BC ball with 6:17 to go. And they're going to get out to a 3-0 start for the first time since 2012 and 13 with this win today.
Eric started 0-12 his first year, 0-2 last year, ended up being 1-4 after his first 5. So well deserved for him, because we've had plenty of post-game talks where he's come over and said, played real well for 3 quarters, couldn't play that 4th quarter, or did everything well but couldn't finish the shots. And he's got a team right now that is putting things together, and more importantly, winning even when they don't play well.
Here's Dinsmore with a round-the-back dribble over the timeline. I just ate up Allen on that dribble. Over into the corner now to O'Connell. Shot no good. Ball ricochets off of Cox out of bounds, and it'll be Lady Pilots basketball.
17-21 from the foul line is going to win you a lot of games. If you're going to get there, you're getting your opponent in some foul trouble, but you're rewarding your team for being aggressive and getting to the line.
Kiana Allen, who hails from Ohio, went from Mason, Ohio. Here's Williams. She switched her pivot feet. And that will be turnover, Lady Pilots. Good call by that official down low.
Well, yeah, that resembled a dance I saw at the last wedding I was at, where they were covering a lot of ground.
Were you involved in it?
I was not. I am a people watcher all day long, my friend. I dance one dance a night with my wife, and then if my daughter asks me to dance, I stand out there and twirl her around.
All right, that sounds like the Paul Condry dance plan right there. With the ball out here. Right side now on the jab step, 9 on the shot clock. Shot on the way. Good by Lemus. 65-41.
Correction, not that I like to correct you, but that was Bethany Conrad with the
okay, my apologies.
The double there. Yep. 33, not 23.
Williams back out to the top now to Haley. Right side now to Mon. Mon looking for a cutter. Ball deflected off the hands of the very talented Dinsmore. Shot on the way.
Triple for Williams.
Williams for the 3. 68-41, 4:50 to go. And a illegal, nope, they're going to call a turnover on Cox.
Turnover number 27.
Cox, who came in from Huntington High School, Chillicothe, Ohio. Allen goes to the far side now to Williams. Williams waiting for a cutter, comes back out to the top now here to Parker. Now inside, Haley tries to grab it, and then Cox takes it away. Jump ball with a rugby scrum along the right sideline. Hey, congratulations to Bethel Rugby. What a great year for them.
I'm pretty sure I saw a score of like 108-6 or something for rugby.
They've had a great start.
Reminding me of the time that Glen Oaks beat my JV basketball team by 88 points. Similar score in basketball, which
Here's
you'll
a
see
nice
very
play
often.
by Allen to tip it away and create the turnover.
Some good minutes here for some of these young players.
Mon goes right here to the near side to Parker, and she...
what in the world?
They got to call an illegal screen, I believe, on Grace Haley. And that will be Ohio Christian basketball. 4:16 to go here in this one. All Bethel, 68-41. Cox hits the trailer. Here's Dinsmore with a roller. No good. Williams the rebound. Now here to Allen. Allen quickly up the right side, goes in the corner to Mon. Mon on the dribble drive. Shoots and missed the shot. Rebound Cox, and then Mon guilty of the infraction. Mon had a good look, just didn't close.
Right idea, wrong execution, but I like the fact that she attacked the basket. She's playing aggressive.
Mon, one of the few seniors on this lineup. You look at this grouping, Cam Glenn,
Two
Kristen
seniors.
Mon.
Yeah,
that's it.
And no juniors.
Yep. Here's Williams getting beat off the dribble, running one-hander, and a foul whistled on Parker.
If Parker stays facing the defender, she draws a charge, but she turned her back, so she's called for the foul.
And to the charity stripe, it'll be Maddie O'Connell. Started today's action shooting 33%. The right-hander shoots and circles one around the cylinder, and it falls. 68-42, 3:44 to go. Second free throw, no good. So 1 of 2 on the exchange. And here come the Lady Pilots. Allen goes left side now to Mon. Mon back out high now here. Williams, and she's fouled by Dinsmore. That's her correct call.
Yep. Dinsmore second, team's fifth, so we're shooting free throws for the final 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Sydney Williams, the Ohio native, a 5'10 freshman who's seeing her first varsity action of the season here in game 3. Already with a 3 on the scorecard over there.
And she's got 5. She had a putback earlier in the half.
And she knocks down the charity toss, giving the Pilots a 69-42 lead. So the Pilots coach in the first game, they scored 69. Second game at 78. And now certainly at this stage, you're going to be happy to be able to rack up those kind of points. And now it's 70-42. And you score that kind of points, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, and I like the fact that remember this game was tied 22-22, so they're on about a 50 to 22 run.
Jessica Jablonski taking a backdoor pass for the score for Ohio Christian, 77-44.
So they haven't played great, but they've gotten a lot of people minutes.
Just to qualify my earlier remarks, and I must do so because I have Tiny Condry in my ear over here, wanting me to know that the Wamas Gun Shop, during its heyday, was the #1 gun dealer for the police departments in the state of Ohio. It's owned by Tanya's dad's cousin. So there you have your Bell Fountain trivia. Little did you know that part of the broadcast. Had to work it in, Coach.
I'm telling you, happy wife.
Where else are you going to get this
Happy
stuff?
wife, happy life. I feel like I'm on an episode of American Pickers right now. Poor Keith's trying to do a job here and announce the game, and he's got to listen to you and I. Man, oh man. By the way, Uncle Clark said hi. That was at his granddaughter's wedding.
Back the other way. Here's the ball deflected around, picked up by Haley. Haley with a roller, couldn't get it to go, and here come the Trailblazers. Here's trailblazing one down the right sideline was Lemus. Ball deflected into the corner and back out here high to O'Connell. She'll shoot the shot, no good. Rebound by Allen, and a nice job by the Lady Pilots. Everybody had a body that time, Coach.
They did on the first one, and Coach Gingrich yelled box out. He's not packed it in this 26-point game.
Here's Parker with the ball on the far main, comes back out high to Allen, back to Williams.
Good
oh,
cut.
Nice entry pass to Parker. She shoots, nice block inside by Dinsmore. That was just a quality play. And here's trying to save one. Back the other way was Lemus. And with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the ball game, the Lady Pilots a 70-44 leader. The question is, how many people more on the bench that we haven't seen yet tonight?
Yeah, I don't know how deep. I don't know if anybody else will get in down there in the Bethel bench, or if this is the group we're going to see.
There's the ball on the right side.
I would probably get Parker out soon, just
back
because
to
she gets.
Williams, jump shot no good. Ball ricochets. Haley tries to track it down, but it goes into the hands of Lemus. Lemus on the drive from the right side. Banks set up and in. 70-46. 1:37 to go.
There come a few more bodies. Like I say, you don't want to see Parker.
Madison Novak going to check into the game now. As the ball goes into the corner. Here's Haley, lost the handle on it. Back out here on the near wing. The Parker back here to Allen. Her jump shot no good. Rebound into the hands of Dinsmore. Dinsmore will push it up. With the Euro step drive, shot no good. Rebound.
Oh.
And Mon sends Lemus into the weekend. And a nice round of applause here for Williams and Mon and Haley. All got some quality minutes tonight for Coach Gingrich and company. And now into the game, Emily Doherty, a 5'5 freshman who are playing her first varsity game. Here's a jump shot by Dinsmore. It's an air ball. Rebound tracked down by Collie Laughlin. Laughlin, a Berrien Springs product, playing in her first game as a Lady Pilot. Did I get everybody? Also on the floor will be Madison Novak, a young lady who is from Sheridan, Indiana, that was homeschooled. And then, of course, Allen and also Parker remaining on the floor. There's a nice job defensively by Doherty to create a difficult situation for the visitors. Jump shot from three, good from O'Connell. Makes it a 70-49 ball game with 45 seconds to go. A 7-1 run now here for the Trailblazers. Here's a pass inside of the low post and a whistle called on Emily Carmen, and that'll send to the charity stripe Callie Laughlin, a 5'7 freshman who did her prep work at Michigan Lutheran High School, lives in Berrien Springs, Michigan. And with 35.9 seconds to go, she scores her first college point, 71-49. And that ends a 7-0 run by the Trailblazers. Second free throw good again, 72-49. There's a steal by Allen. Allen with the drive and the score. 74-49. Here's Cox tracking down the loose pumpkin over here on the near side. Hits the trailer. Now O'Connell. O'Connell stepped back, and a foul whistled on Madison Novak on the reach-in.
Yeah, and I think there's some people that would be frustrated that Eric's pressing, but you know what? You've got freshmen out here seeing their first varsity action. He challenged them with 32 seconds to get another stop. I like that. I feel bad for those kids that practice all day, every day, and then they get put in to dribble out the clock or not take a shot over 2 minutes. You know, in football, they come in to take a knee. So I like the fact that Allen's out there guarding Cox, who's their starting point guard. She's denying her the ball. She gets a steal and scores.
A pair of free throws go for her. And it's now 74-51. There's the ball into the hands of Parker over the timeline now. Parker
Nice
with a bounce pass inside to the left block, and Novak scores. 76-51. What an unselfish play by Tegan Parker.
Absolutely. And again, she could have dribbled out the clock, but you know what? How many opportunities is Novak going to have to see the floor or score in a varsity game? You don't know. So you take advantage of it. You get her a chance to score, and great play.
Absolutely. And now to inbound the ball to the left of the lane will be O'Connell. Flaring out here is Lemus. Lemus, step back jump shot from 19, no good. Rebound into the hands of Laughlin. Laughlin double team jump ball with 3.7, and it'll be BC basketball as they on the alternating possession rule. And now to inbound the ball will be Laughlin. The ball deflected around, and a foul with 0.3 seconds
and
to
it's
go.
good to see that our officials are playing to the end as well. They do not want to put their whistle away just like the players are competing. I like it.
Duly noted.
Except for the fact that there is an NFL game on if these guys want to speed things up here.
What's that?
Nick Mullins, quarterbacking for the 49ers tonight, and I have no idea who he is.
Free throw on the way, no good.
We're here
Dinsmore.
every Tuesday and Saturday, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
You should see it when we have double headers. Second free throws. Talking about getting a little wacky, we really did. There it is, the final score from Mike Lightfoot Court. The Court of Champions sees the Bethel College Lady Pilots win the ballgame 76-51. They are 3-0 for the first time since 2012 and 2013. We'll wait to hear from Coach Eric Gingrich as well as one of his student athletes here on the postgame show. For Ohio Christian, they dropped to 0-3 on the season. Brenda Baker's overall mark goes to 7-24. Their next ball game will be at home against Lourdes as the teams will get around here and they will pray, and then we'll come back and join you. So once again, 76-51 the final. We'll be back right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you can join us here on the post-game show. And we're going to get some thoughts here from the Bethel coaching staff here. First of all, we'll get a headset on Coach Eric Gingrich and get his thoughts on the ball game as a whole. Also, that mic over there is going to be hot, coaches. If you can grab that one, we'll get Kristen involved here as well, too. First of all, Eric, just your general thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud of our kids for how we came out early. Still struggled to rebound the ball in the first half. I thought we did a much better job in the second half. I was very proud of their effort in that regard in the second half. And it was just fun. It was a fun team win. It was fun to have everyone involved and to get everybody in the game. And that's the starter's goal every game, is to play well enough that you can get your bench in, and the kids that are fighting for you in practice, you get them some minutes. So that's important. So I was proud of them for doing that.
Well, it seemed initially that they were playing down to the level of their competition. Kelsey and I talked about it at halftime. They seemed like that they were rather lackluster, just kind of going through the motions. And then Michelle comes into the ball game, and just everything totally changes. She becomes the Energizer Bunny, and then everybody seems to pick up the pace. I don't know what it is about her, but she can really bring it.
Yeah, I mean, I think God made her for the six-man role, and there's not much. I mean, we've talked about it, I feel like, every game, but her ability to buy into that and bring her teammates along with her has been huge for us so far, and credit to that kid for having the mental toughness to be able to accept it and just play hard. I mean, she never asks questions. She just goes and plays hard, and you know what you're going to get from her every night.
Let's get some thoughts. You've only got two seniors on the roster, and one of them joining us here now. Kristen Miles is going to join us. Kristen, first of all, just share your thoughts. The Lady Pilots are off to a 3-0 start since 2000, first time since 2012, 2013. This has to be very gratifying for you and Cam, the two seniors on the team.
Yeah, it's really nice to have start a season off on the right foot, and especially for our last one, being able to start out 3-0. We have a great teammates behind us. We're young, so that's really awesome that we're building that. And it's nice for us to be able to have this start, that it can show them that this is what being a Lady Pilot is, coming out strong and being able to make some noise in conference as well.
All right, share your role this year is similar to what it was last year. You got some really talented kids ahead of you, and that's just the way life is. And you know you're going to know this when you go into the workforce, because there's going to be people ahead of you that have a little bit more talent and some behind you. But that's just the way life is. So let's talk about turning where you're at in this situation into a life lesson as you move on from college.
Yeah, I see my role as maybe I don't get as many minutes as some other people, but I'm here to make my teammates better. I'm here to come in when they need a blow. Here to come in and make sure that we keep up the pace that we're keeping up. And that's taught me so much, especially with after leaving college, that we're like, you're going to have people that are ahead of you, and it's your job to make them better and to continue to just build with one another and build that. I mean, for us, it's to build the program up and teach younger kids how to do that.
The consummate team player, I want to hire you today.
And
no, seriously, that's what every employer in America is looking to hire, people like Kristen.
Well, they've missed out because she already has a job post-graduation.
Okay.
Congratulations.
For the exact reasons that you just mentioned. So
that's awesome.
You know your role. You come in, you knock down open three-pointers if you can. Otherwise, you do what you can to keep things going the way they're going. And you talked about Michelle accepting her role, and I've talked about that. So one thing I think this team, you guys are unselfish. Everybody's here. I know you've worked hard in the off season to get values and morals and that whole build that team off the floor that leads to that team on the floor. And senior leadership's important for that. So thank you, Kristen.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, give us an idea as you move forward with this one, Eric. Coming up, you're going to jump up into the WAC and take on Aquinas and Cornerstone the next two games. Always a competitive league. Your thoughts as you move forward?
Yeah, I mean, we've got two great tests next week for our team. Aquinas is an unbelievable ball club. Their front line, the post play is going to be similar to what we're going to see in a lot of conference games. So we're going to have to be ready to battle down low and be physical and learn how to be physical while we're undersized. They've got some tough kids down there. So we've got to bring our ball pressure like we have been the last few games to affect their guards and hopefully limit their ability to get the ball into the post, because that's going to be the tail of the game up there on Tuesday, whether they can pound it inside on us or whether we can keep it out of there.
Kristen, congratulations on the win, and good luck as the future unfolds. We're looking forward to watching you play some more. All right, Eric.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Once again, thanks to both Eric as well as Kristen for joining us. Mark, you got the final numbers.
Ohio Christian, 17 of 53 from the floor, 32%, 3 of 13 behind the line, 23%. They were 14 of 23 from the foul line, 61%. 37 rebounds, 10 on the offensive end, 31 turnovers, 8 assists. O'Connell had 11 points, 2 rebounds. Thompson, 2 points and a rebound. Cox, 3 points, 11 rebounds. Dinsmore, double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Lemus, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Jablonski had 2 points. Velte had 2 points, 2 rebounds. Conrad, 6 points, 2 rebounds. And Emily Carmen missed her only shot attempt. For the Pilots, they were 25 of 67, 37%, 5 of 25, 20%, 13 of 6. I'm sorry, they were 21 of 25 from the foul line, 84% individually. Irwin, 10 points, 2 rebounds. Brickner, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Heimlich, 2 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Cam Glenn, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists. Maggie DuBois, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Laughlin had 2 points, 2 rebounds. Parker, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Allen, 2 points and a rebound. Moritas, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Grace Haley did not score. Kristen Mon had a rebound. Sydney Williams, 7 points, 4 rebounds. And Madison Novak had 2 points.
All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast here today. Thanks to Chavs Garma up there who's handling all the camera work, for Tanya Kanye, our executive producer, as well as for Coach Mark Gardner. Special thanks to Brenda Baker, our coach at Ohio Christian, for Eric Gingrich. Thanks, as always, to Kelsey Kiefer coming out at the halftime. And finally, congratulations to Kristen Mon, a senior who made it here on the postgame show. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, once again, final score 76-51. The Lady Pilots improved to 3-0 in the season. Trailblazers fall to 0-3. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, I'm Paul Condry. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.